So guys, a very quick video to end the day with, to talk about what should you expect if the MiG-29 sniper that it is in the files right now gets added. So let's talk a little bit about this Romanian version of the MiG-29 that was meant to be great, but eventually it got cancelled, unfortunately, right? So the first thing is that you have to understand that the Romanians actually only had MiG-29 912As, right? So they had the normal variant that the Germans, for example, have. The version would have basically the same armament. Everything would be basically the same as the 912A, right? But eventually, after the Cold War in the late 90s, they basically had the idea to try to upgrade all the MiG-29s that they had in service, right? With the sniper program. The idea here is obviously to just upgrade the aircraft that were already in service, meaning that it would be cheap and of course would increase an already very good platform, right, in performance with the addition of new weapon systems, radars and everything. That was the idea. Unfortunately, after some flights, the aircraft eventually got cancelled. They even tried to upgrade the prototype that they had. They had only one prototype, if I'm not mistaken, with better radars and other things, but eventually he just, because of some conflicts between the MiG company and some other things, eventually, they were basically, it faded out, right? So in the game, what will it be like? Well, it will be an original MiG-29, but the main difference, of course, will be a new cockpit, a better RWR made by Israel, and, overall, in theory, that would be it. It depends very much on what Gaijin wants to do with this thing, because, to be honest, that's kinda it. It's kinda sad, but that's it. We don't even need to talk about it more, kinda, right? Because the sniper was basically that. Of course, internally and in real life, there were many upgrades, but for in-game purposes, it doesn't really matter too much. So, for example, he had a wide-angle head-up display, new MFDs, proper MFDs now, a whole bunch of new electronic systems to be working with these new MFDs, right? And a new mission computer, of course, with a new navigation system, with a new inertial navigation with GPS. He had some forms of data links as well. IFF, had a new IFF, a new radar, a new radio. And yeah, like I said, it would use the ELISRA SPS-20 radar warning receiver, the RWR, right, which was much better. It could identify many more threats than the original SPL-15, and at the end of the day, the IRST and the radar would still remain the same, meaning that the weapon systems and the performance of the aircraft would still remain the same. So what should you expect from the aircraft? Well, I gotta be honest, it probably will be a premium or a squadron event vehicle, something like that. Unfortunately, it's kind of just a copy-paste of a new RWR. You can use the R27s, you can use the R60Ms, the R73s, FABs, S5s and S8, ZABs and S24s. So all the weapons, and it still uses the 30mm, so all the weapons that the normal MiG-29s would have. And it would have basically a very cool skin, a very cool cockpit for you that play simulator battles, and a new properly modernized RWR, but it would still be the same. I mean, if it gets the R73, for example, it would be basically just a 13.0 aircraft, just like the MiG-29G. Some people say that it technically could be added with what they planned to add for this aircraft. There aren't that much information about it, so they had the idea of introducing an Israeli radar, to introduce the Python capability, to introduce the Magic maybe or something. But to be honest, at the end of the day, it just became the same. So the prototype itself that existed, it is pretty much the same aircraft with those changes that we talked about. So at the end of the day, it will probably be just that, okay? So this is what you should expect from the Sniper MiG-29. It feels like it is a big change, but at the end of the day, it never got, fully well developed to be able to be properly implemented with new weapons, new raiders and everything, okay? Unfortunately, that would be amazing. So yeah, basically this is it. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Of course, if you want to help the channel, link is in the description for the PayPal for the new GPU, okay? See you guys on the next one, and bye guys, see ya.